g'day. Alright, we're back again. Whoops. We're back again. Now that was a 20-minute one. I want to get them even shorter, down to 5 to 7 minutes. This one I'm going to talk about the lawyer why I left Iran. Now there was a guy that came online. It sounds a bit Asiwish actually, but said, "Oh, you're just trying to martyr yourself. You're pathetic. They didn't work with you, wouldn't work with you because of blah blah blah." I need to address that because I'm sure when I'm in jail, I'm going to have those detractors running out, doing exactly that. Processing done. Alright, that's the first video. Just let me, because I get problems, I press publish and then the stuff disappears. And back to Sydney appears to have worked. We'll get that up. Back to Sydney. Do we have a... Anyway, so that's up. Good. Press TV training. Now that's a very powerful video, this one. You see me in the streets in front of 1 million people. The guy said, say something about Rafsanjani at the funeral. So I've just, the drop of the hat, said, oh, and I hate that video because I didn't believe a word of what I was saying. I really didn't like it. Anyway, this guy came down. I want to address what he says. Where is he? What the hell? Where are their comments gone? Must be down here. Don't want to blame the Jews. Michael Dobb. Brendon O'Connell. Stop pretending to be a martyr. Sounds douchey. You have your own agenda, and to be honest with you, you sound like an Israeli agent trying hard to blend in. Your point of view on Iran, Ahmadinejad, blah, blah, blah. Anyway. That's the stuff about Ahmadinejad. Where's the other one? Here we go. Have you ever given this a thought that they don't work with you because you clearly have an agenda like Ahmadinejad and his ilk, who have said things against Israel but in action did everything to help Israel? You're one of those types of people. No. And I responded in detail. I'm going to respond in detail, which is no, they were desperate to, and they were like a panda. Brendon, you're amazing. You're incredible. Oh, there's beautiful women here. You're going to have such a beautiful wife, and you're going to have a beautiful life in Iran. I'm in a luxury apartment. Let's have a look at the apartment I was in. Have a fucking look. You ready for this? This is going to be mine. Not mine, but I'm going to be staying here in a nice plush area of Tehran. Where is it? Sorry, again, should have been ready. Haven't. I've done it again. In my haste. Wasting your time. Oh, come on. Where is it? Oh, here, sorry. Right, let me give you a quick grand tour. Now I'm pissed in this. There's a view out the window. I just want to show you a bit. It was nice when they were covered with snow. I've given this to the doco maker. I don't want to show too much, but I'll just show you the apartment. Yes. People can be prone no more than 30 feet off the fucking ground. That's my rule. Everything in here is the best. Okay. So, that's his room. That's private. Right. That's all my. It's a bit of footage for later. There's the laptop. You can see that's his filthy phone he gave me. Insane. Yeah, look at this. Very modern apartment. David Lashkari was meant to leave about 3 freaking times. See that big pile of clothes? That was all brand new. Tailored. I left everything. I didn't take a thing with me. Keep staying here, driving me insane. That's the big laptop they give me. About a $2,000 video editing laptop. So I'm going to go back to Kuala Lumpur. I love KL anyway. I fucking loved it there. There's that phone he gave me, $1,000 phone. He can jam it up his own. So anyway, I don't want to, I want the documentary maker to have a lot of that stuff. This was an interesting one, Iran cyber security. I'm going to show you something really interesting before I leave this. You're going to imagine this. You know the great cybersecurity people in Iran, they're so clever, their cybersecurity is so great. Well, you can go into Iran and get these $10 packages, Australian, of like 3,000 software, which is like, some of it's like $10,000, like CAD software, Adobe After Effects. I mean, it's everything you can imagine. Well, it's all full of spyware. So they're selling this very proudly on the streets in very professional packaging, and it's full of backdoors, full of Trojans. They're downloading it off the net and they're infecting millions of computers throughout Iran. Where's their mighty cybersecurity on that one? I said to the lawyer, let's write a letter to the friggin' security people. Yeah, you're right. This is pretty bad. I never heard anything more about it. This place, computer in Iran, as much as a bot. Cybersecurity. The Iranians are really proud of software with the After Effects. That's you go into a shop. Look at this, and you buy this pack. It looks very professional. Look at it. Adobe, Windows book with what's on the disc. Very professional. You get all these discs filled with every bit of software you could imagine. Very proud of that. I said, we don't pay for software here. I said, yeah, because it's full of fucking spyware, you fools. So that's the incredible Iranian cybersecurity people. Sold in the streets, openly in professional shops. This is me losing. I just had an argument with Lashkari. I was just ready to kill him. I was going to go in there and punch him right in the head. I just thought, I can't, this guy's a nut. You know, Lashkari's going to me, oh, Brendon, it must be really good to be around such a masculine man. I'm serious, just like that. And I just went, this guy is a closet homosexual or something? Didn't Ahmadinejad say there were no homosexuals in Tehran? I mean, I got stories that I've got to tell. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This is me in the car on the way to the airport, leaving. On the way to Imam Khomeini Airport, where I first had my first drink of vodka. You know, I arrive and I have my first drink in 6 months in Iran. Crazy. That was in the car saying stuff. Okay. Salam, Australia. It is the crazy guy is kicking Iranians out of America or something. This is at a cafe. As you can hear and see behind me, the women are looking incredibly oppressed. The music is incredibly oppressive, not trendy. They are crying for revolution. They want to go to LA and be porn stars so they can be free, drink alcohol and get raped in a nightclub toilet. You can't see it now, but before they were laughing. Anyway, I got a bit of footage here and there. She hasn't got a headscarf on. Naughty, naughty. When David Lashkari, the lawyer, we were at a posh restaurant. I mean, materially, he gave me whatever I wanted. He thinks I'm ungrateful. Called me no honour. I said, no, you're like a Catholic priest, mate, grooming a choir boy with lollies, and I'm refusing to take your lollies. Fuck off. But a woman had her headscarf down around her neck in this restaurant, and he said, he was literally, guess and you know what I thought? You're a fake. You're a fake. I see you in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, at strip clubs, hookers. I can see it all. I can see it all. You're full of shit. I mean, imagine. It's just pathetic. Oh, God. It's so much to tell you. This is me at a teller machine getting... Goody, this one's in English. Sorry. Of course, will blame me and say we were in the past. That's about $80 Australian. Just in case people tell us, say I was never in Iran, you know, something like that. I'll show you some audio from the airport. With some pictures here. Oh, that was a battery charger. That was the tablet. That was where I slept. That was the laptop. And do this, and number one priority, grand opening of the business, customer number one with dollars. I actually thought the number one priority was working with Press TV to expose the Israeli state as based in the foundation of Jewish racial and religious supremacism as espoused by Orthodox Judaism, the Talmud, the Zohar and Shulchan Aruch, and also expose Operation Talpiot and the 40-year plan for the Israeli state to dominate the high technology world and put kill switches in everyone's stuff. I thought that's what the number one priority was. But no, I got to make business, got to make money. You got to make money, he said. So that was Ferozi Hotel where I stayed. That was me very pissed off trying to take a photo for Henry Macau. That was just before I left. That was the big pile of clothes there. I mean, it was probably quite a few $100s worth of clothes. Tailored. Some of the shirts were completely tailored. This is what I mean. Someone said, "Oh, they didn't want to work. You want to work with me?" Gee, God, they were begging me. I stayed at near Tehran University. When I left the thing, I had to wait a week for my flight, for my money to clear, and I went to Backpackers, which was great actually. I got English speakers. It was near Tehran University, I really enjoyed it there actually. University of Iran. This is where it was, one of the alleyways. Yeah, it's a little bit run down sometimes, but it's still pretty modern. This was a great cafe I used to love going to. All the students, I love being around university students. I don't know why, it's their vibe. You know, I remember when I went to uni, I was like exciting and there's people around and No pub though at Edith Cowan University tuitions, because Greenberg, the Jewish investment lady, Western women who ripped off millions of dollars and ran to Israel, also ripped off Edith Cowan University. So the nursing students didn't get a pub at their uni. Anyway, make coffee, not war. I love this little cafe. That's David Tila Gasgari, the guy that threatened to have me arrested in Malaysia after he was calling me motherfucker and stuff. This arsehole. I'll be exposing him fully. He's not going to have a business by the time I'm finished. He's an ambulance chasing, medical negligence, full of shit arsehole. Let him sue me. Can we get the Malaysian authorities to arrest me? Great. I'll check out the Malaysian jail. They tell me it's really humid and horrible. It's Ferozi Hotel where I first stayed. Oh, this is the Lashkari. This is the cover letter for the Foreign Ministry. Dr. Muhammad Javad Zarif, this is a cover letter. This law firm represents the above named client in his petition for asylum in the Islamic Republic of Iran based on the Convention Against Torture, because I was tortured. I was beaten, I was bashed, I was harassed, I was threatened, my life was threatened, my life of my family. Trust me, straight out of something in a third world tin pot pineapple dictatorship. And it was Western Australia, which actually is surprisingly a very wealthy mining dictatorship. We respectfully request the temporary visa issue to Mr. O'Connell be extended, and it was. We were going there on the day I said I had enough, I'm leaving. That was when Lashkari was off his head the night before. I can't deal with this arsehole any longer. I just can't do it. Some Iranians said, look, you fell in with the drug-addicted fuckwit, Rasfanjani, billionaire, Rouhani, reformist crowd, unfortunately. And that's why that happened. This was at the Backpackers who were toasting some bread. That was my favourite little cafe. Just sit there and email people. I just love the students. The women were gorgeous too, man. I mean, oh, you're going to have a beautiful wife. Look, there's this woman. Oh, do you like her? She's at Press TV. She's really nice. Trust me, I left a lot, man. Sometimes I regret it. Sometimes I think, why didn't I just hang it? It was the lawyer. He was 70% the lawyer. I could have probably dealt with everything else with that freaking lawyer. No idea what he was like. He was drugged off his head. Hi, Brendon, I'd put my headphones on like this and try and work. And he'd still just, for an hour, non-stop. And then that night he was all so messed up he could barely talk. And when I confronted, I said, you were off your head last night. And he went, no, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. But he said, I don't know body language. And he's always going, Brendon, you've been traumatized. And I said, stop your amateur fucking psychology. I am here to talk about Israel. Stop diverting me. If you keep diverting me, I'm going to walk and I'm going to embarrass the Iranian state that there's something wrong here. And that's when they finally gave me that bit of cheddar, which was the Persian Gulf Study Center, and said, well, you can do organize a conference. I don't believe it would have ever happened. I just think they were trying to placate me till they worked out what to do with me. They're full of shit. I'm telling you now, the Iranian leadership at the moment is full of shit. They're full of shit, and now they've stopped Ahmadinejad from running. What a surprise. He might have actually done something. People blame him for the economy. No, he took on Israel, they dropped the rial by 40% and terrorized the economy. Because that's how they work. When you attack them, they drop your economy, ruin your economy, create division, create animosity, and then they wage low-intensity conflict on you for the next 20 years till you give up. Because then you've got to spend billions on missiles and underground tunnels and not on schools, not on hospitals, not on infrastructure for the people. That's the way they do it. And Ahmadinejad went after him. Whether he did it well or not, it's not the point. He went after them. If I go to the MAF archive, let's see if I can find the Persian Gulf Study Center, which no longer exists. I think it'll be in here. Let's see if I've got it saved. That's why you must save everything. Don't tell me I haven't got it saved. Gulf. No, I haven't got it saved. That'd be fucking right. So anyway, Mr. Passport, he was lovely. He sent me a beautiful thing. You're always been an Iranian. I mean, beautiful people. Look, I criticise the government and policies, but I'm telling you, the Iranian people are beautiful. They're wonderful. And I mean, you know, these are the mountains. This is the day before I left. I went with a friend to a cafe. He told me all about Lashkari and his family, and I'll show you why in a minute. This is the mountains. We went into this cafe. Beautiful mountains. I just love those mountains. I mean, the ski fields are incredible. I've got a lot of footage of the ski fields they took me out. All right, see this here? This is owned by Lashkari's sister's son. Do you know how much that apartment block is worth in one of the... This right near Malat Tower. Do you know how much that apartment block is worth? You have a think about how much that's worth. Equivalent of about 20 million US dollars. Lashkari's nephew works in Swiss banking because he put me with his sister Ziba Lashkari in a very plush Hansar apartment, which is the home of Mr. Zarif, very famous town in Iran, beautiful. You need to go there. Trust me, I'm not going to bag Iran completely. I'm 70% for it, 30% against by the way I was treated by these political idiots. Now you tell me, that you can't see it, but that extends right back. There's probably about 20 apartments there. We're talking probably $1 million an apartment. Right, that's right near Malat Tower. It's a plush area of Tehran. Have a look at that. Hello? Swiss bankers are doing all right. The Iranian Swiss bankers. This is pretty gold information you're getting here, by the way. Let me spell it out for you. There's someone at the NSA or someone at US intelligence writing names down as we speak. That was thingy. I mean, in the knee-high boots. Look, they're so oppressed. They're so oppressed in the knee-high boots. We went out one night, and this woman's all in white, like Lady Gaga, with veils. She's got a veil on, really sexy, trendy veil. She's got knee-high, white, huge, high-heel boots. Everyone's just laughing and joking. Do they have the thought police coming and grabbing her and putting... No, they party. It's garbage. Everything you hear about Iran as this place where they just grab you off the streets, and they grab you off the streets and arrest you for nothing in Australia and Europe and Great Britain, and let alone the United States, and God help you if you're black in the United States changing a tyre, they'll fucking shoot you. Should we talk about the prison system in the United States? The death holes, they call them. Death holes. Murder holes. God, everything you hear about Iran is bullshit. It's bullshit. That was on the way to the airport. Makes me angry. That's at the airport, Imam Khomeini Airport. That was some documentation. It's me sitting down. That's on the plane. Kuala Lumpur. That's at Kuala Lumpur Airport. That's at the hotel where I am now. Where I could have, if I'd have known that Walsh was going to piss me around, I would have gone and tried to get a room. But even that's difficult because they just Google my name. Chinatown, near where I'm staying. That's all Kuala Lumpur stuff. So anyway, where am I really pissed off? Where's that other one? Where I'm absolutely fuming. Anyway, sorry, I should be better prepared. I'm never prepared because I never plan on doing these long ones. Anyway, you've seen the apartment that would have been mine, and the reason I think he was staying all the time, he said I'm leaving tomorrow, this I'm not leaving, was because I was so pissed and angry, and they wanted to supervise me because they weren't satisfied I was settled enough. Now listen to Iran, you fucktards in Iran. Here's what you should have done. You should have sent a representative like a Colonel Hosseini, preferably someone who spoke English, and said, look, Brendon, here's the rub. We are moving to a cultural attack. We're not going to attack Israel directly. We're going to do it culturally. So we want you to do presentations on tourism. I want you to do presentations on the beautiful food and the fun and the beautiful ladies and the beautiful veil and how feminine they are. And we want you to do stuff on this. This is the indirect attack. It's an approach we're taking because it's very, we've got those missiles for a reason, man. They'll attack us. They'll do anything. I probably would have disagreed and said, bullshit. You know damn well that Israel is so vulnerable on the Orthodox Jewish issue and all those issues, you should attack. Or maybe I would have said, all right, I'll think about it. Okay, I can work with you. Let's work. Or otherwise I would have said, look, I can't agree with that, but that's fine. Let's be diplomatic. I disagree with your assault, but I need $2,000 put in my account to compensate me for everything I've spent, and I'll head back to Kuala Lumpur and I'll do my own thing and organise something. That's ideally what growing up adult communication is like. Not with your fucking fucktard lawyer going, Brendon, you've been traumatised with he's creepy. He's creepy. I feel, I've got to get out of here. That's why I left. Do I regret a little bit? Yes, a little bit. Because now I'm heading back to home to whatever. So you also need to understand, I bend over backwards. I was always going. And Tarquin's got all my emails, man, my encrypted mail, which they hated. They were wrecking my connection every time I sent an encrypted email. I mean, what was I going to report? Dear Tarquin, I'm in the Hansar foothills. No nuclear reactor found yet, but we're working. I mean, what crap, fucking paranoid idiots. Talk to me. They stuck me in Hansar in the middle of freaking nowhere, which is fine. A lot of people would love to be stuck in Hansar. I mean, it's fucking stunning. But I was there on business. Do I have any video footage of Hansar? I think I do. Wait for it. Oh, here we go. This was in Hotel Ferozi. That was in that little hotel. It was good. The smog was so bad. burning my eyes. I've never experienced anything like it. That's a big problem for Tehran. The smog is just out of this world. They actually said to me, "Oh, the smog's not too bad. Bangladesh is worse." I said, "Dude, if you're having to compare yourself to Bangladesh, you've got a problem." It's because of the poor quality. Oh, Kuala Lumpur. God, I love Kuala Lumpur. Look, if you're a political dissident taking on Jewish power, you don't go to Mexico. Go to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. It's modern. It's freaking got incredible infrastructure. It's cheap. And as a US dollar is $4.22 per ringgit. So that means you get over 4 times the buying power. Food is cheap. I mean, I can get a chicken and rice dish on the side of the road from a proper, well-done side of the road mall with a truck for like $1.30 Australian. It's probably about $1.10 American. Really nice. Now that was Hansa, that's Ziba Lashkari's place, very nice. The guy that lived down the bottom ran all the 4G network. Very nice, man. Beautiful people. Beautiful. I mean, I can't. Sweet. I mean, just below this apartment was the guy that owned the apartment block, you know. Just beautiful people. So sweet, so nice. And, you know, they had guests over, and his guy that worked with him came up once a month from Tehran to attend to the network. His wife was there, and they were sitting together, and they had a newborn baby, and she had reasonable English. In fact, she taught English. And she said, "What are you interested in?" I said, "Oh, well, politics, and but I'm interested in healthcare and blah blah blah." And once I mentioned I was a nurse, of course, I suddenly was a doctor, and everyone was pretty coming to me with all their paperwork. What's this? What's this? It's pretty funny. Trying to explain that no, not doctor, nurse, because there's no male nurses in Tehran, in Iran. Anyway, she came to me, and this is how sweet they are, and you'll hear this from everyone who spent time there. She comes and she says to me, "You know what I love?" She says, "I love poetry and romance and love." That's what she said. She was gosh, I just went, wow. Could you imagine hearing that anywhere else? That's the Iranians for you, man. They cry. Go to their mosque, they're crying all the time. I was nearly crying. They're crying all the time. They're handing out sweets and lollies and poetry, Hafez poetry, for crying out loud. And you want to bomb them? That's a famous photo of Lashkari's mother. It was a photo that was then painted. They're actually a famous family over there, close to the Shah originally. They survived the purges and became close to the revolution. A bit like Rafsanjani, the billionaire family. Oh, that's their beer. Non-alcoholic beer. Tastes like tangy lemon. That's the fish tank. I must admit, I do love chicken and rice. I love their chicken and rice. And I think it's about $4 Australian. Delicious. Saffron. Oh, their bread. Oh, the bread. Freshly. Oh, the bread. You should see how they make it in these wood ovens, a lot of it, and just throw it all in there, and it's like the most delicious thing you've ever had in your life. Incredible. Got to go to the bakeries there. I mean, Iran it's true. It's going to be a huge tourist destination. I mean, they even said that here. Iran, tourist destination. CNN. I mean, we can even argue. Look at the positively glowing reviews for tourism. 34 incredibly beautiful reasons to visit Iran. This was on February the 10th, 2017. I guess if I started getting positive coverage by CNN, you'd probably work out what was going on, wouldn't you? So anyway, gushing about beautiful Iran. And it is. You should go there. You're going to see, before the rush, when this little period of turmoil, hopefully nothing's going to happen and something's going to be discussed, and probably the Rouhani crowd, because they've banned Ahmadinejad from running, you're going to see deals being done, and they can thank me in part for that. I'd like to say, yes, I am that grandiose. They can thank me in part. Come on, people. President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad offered me political asylum in 2012. I'm entitled to raise myself up there as having a bit of an influence. Go to the rug place, is incredible. Old buildings, incredible. It's incredible. So you got to go there. And go there quick before it gets flooded with tourists, assuming they're going to do deals, Swiss German banks and Netanyahu. And what they do is deals. See, when the card table's about to be turned over in the poker game, they may fight and argue, but don't turn the table over. So they'll sit there and go, okay, let's all agree to disagree. Let's do a deal. Okay, Iran, you can have this. Netanyahu, you can have that in Syria. Iran can be a power in the region, but you can't do this. And if you do fuck around, we will blow you up. And you can be on the southern border of Russia. And Russia, you can have this. And they do deals. Nothing to do with us. We just do all the hard work. We get fucked over, and then they do the deals and get another dacha on the Black Sea, or another fucking mansion built on the Gaza Strip, or another fucking hotel block or fucking block of apartments built in Tehran. We get shit. We just fucking sit here and suck on it. That's what I'm sick of, man. We ain't up there. What is it? Ian Cut, what's the name of that American guy who does that brilliant speech? They're in a club, man, and you ain't in it. That's right. So Iran, I mean, Iran's just stunning. You got to go visit there. Bread, everything. And the women are good. I'm sorry, that's so feminine. Gorgeous. Stunning. That mix of, because you've got a mix of, Europe, you've got a mix of Middle East, you've got a mix of India. That's that bread. Oh, that bread was so delicious when that came hot. Oh, just delicious. Just thinking about it, my mouth's watering. Malat Tower, that was when we were driving around. That was when we went on the trip from, I did say it was going to be short, didn't I? Oh, well, I'm reminiscing. So we went on a trip from, I mean, that's another thing. The lady was, she'd say, we're going. I said, what? I just got here. I've got things to do. I have to communicate with, I've got, there's people relying on me. They've come and given me information to do with corruption. I have to be able to put up videos. Oh, we have to go. And we just jump in a car and next minute we're driving from Hansa to Tehran to the friggin' Black Sea. Through the mountains. Now, that's very nice, but I'm here on business, man. I wasn't there on a holiday. I'm sorry. I was not there on a holiday. So off we went. It's a pretty dangerous road, actually, in winter. Not so bad. It was winter, but it hardly snowed. It did snow a few times. So these interesting little places. I mean, obviously, this is winter, so the trees, they're not green. When it's green, it's just beautiful. What's going on? So this is where you go north through Tehran, through this road. It's a major road, quite dangerous in winter with snow slides, snow. That's an artificial dam. That's Hamid. I've said about him going online. He said, yeah, fine. He loves it. He just wants to do business. That's all they talk about, business, the economy. They don't talk about Israel. They're not interested in talking about Israel. They want to be millionaires. It's the Silk Road, baby. I quite like that photo. Whoop. That was a stop. And it was all cloud down there in the thingy. It's on our way. We're nearly there at the Black Sea. And that is, that's Kuala Lumpur. So there you go. So don't let anyone tell you that, that'll be next. When I'm in jail, I'll say things like, I was working with Press TV. I have to be anonymous at the moment, but I assure you, we met with O'Connell. He was so clearly mentally ill, we could not use him. He was also aggressive and also tried to grope one of the female staff. It'll be something ridiculous. Maybe I pulled the gun on the president. Okay, so I want this on the record, and please re-upload to places. Upload to Vimeo. Someone create my own Brendon O'Connell account of Vimeo. I can't do it. I don't have the time or energy. I'm sorry, I'm fucked. A lot of shit to deal with, please. So there you go. So anyone tells you, oh no, he's lying. See, they won't come out direct. Create a web page and refute me, and we'll go to town. What they're worried about is the fact that I recorded a lot of people. Once I got in there long enough and realised there was a problem, there was something wrong, I recorded away non-stop. And it's in safe hands, David Lashkari. It's in very safe hands. And you hear me saying, David, I told you I didn't want political asylum. I asked you to do this. All right, the guy should be banned. You want to look at something about Lashkari? Have a look at this. Have a look at this. This is this prick lawyer, this piece of garbage. No, Sharif, he said. He's just a pro. If you could meet him. I can see why women don't want anything to do with him. He's got some 24-year-old. He's 53 or something. Obviously, he's got money. Let's find what the judge says about him in Atlanta, Georgia. Where are we? This is what the judge says about him. This is the committee to expose dishonest and incompetent judges, attorneys and public officials. Attorney David Lashkari of Marietta, moronic loser. The state of Oklahoma presented David T. Lashkari with a law license in 1994 after he grabbed blah, 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 blah. In March 2014, US Judge Richard Posner of the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals displayed little patience for Lashkari and the Lashkari law firm that represented him in an appeal of a contempt order. In his ruling, Judge Posner called the law firm's appellant brief a gaunt, pathetic document. And believe me, when a judge starts using language like that, you are in the shit. You know shit. And said the lawyer, Dave, appealing the contempt citation, had engaged in, quote, outrageous conduct. Believe me, judges have to pick their words carefully. Outrageous conduct. Posner ruled the appeal frivolous and issued an order to show cause why there should be a sanction imposed for the filing of it. So he wanted to sanction him for filing such a bad appeal. That's bad. You are really in trouble when you get that. One issue in the appeal was whether Lashkari and his client should be held in civil contempt for failing to put aside $180,000 to repay the costs of the client's medical treatment after Lashkari obtained a $500,000 settlement. Lashkari absolutely knew that his client's health plan contained a subrogation lien. However, despite said knowledge, he split the settlement proceedings with the client. Lashkari received $298,000, which included payment for unspecified advances, and the client got $202,000. What lawyer gets more than the freaking client? What a rip-off merchant. The trial judge found Lashkari and his client in contempt after they failed to comply with an order to place the $180,000 into Lashkari's trust account. In returning the case back to the trial court, Judge Posner said the judge should make a determination as to whether Lashkari and his client should be jailed until they comply with his order and deposit the $180,000 in the trust account. I mean, when that happens to you, you should be off the books. This is why I wonder whether he's an American spy. He's working for the US. He's so easy. Look, he's clearly weird. He's clearly got a drug habit, and he's clearly in the shit with the law. So I'd suggest Iranian intelligence, you have a good close look at him. And I've already discussed that with a few Iranians who've got close ties with Hezbollah, Iranian, close ties with important people. All right, the guy is a fraud. I remember looking at him going, you're playing it. You're acting, man. You are acting. I've got a Scorpio 6th sense for people, man. I can meet you and I will know you're a fraud straight away, literally within a second. So when you are being threatened with jail until you pay the money, that's bad. All that's left now is to see if the Georgia State Bar files ethics charges against Dave and what, if any, punishment the Georgia Supreme Court will mete out. As we speak, Dave practices with Lashkari and Associates at 2 Windy Hill Road, Marietta, Georgia. That's the lawyer. So when you see me get all flustered and frustrated, that's the dicks I'm dealing with. I always get weirdos, sexual weirdos. They always say sexual weird things, drugs. It's always the same. And one of the Iranians says, that's that Rasvanjadi crowd, reformist crowd. It's full of drug addicts and weirdos. Because they're doing deals, got their Swiss bank accounts and their kids are in Swiss banking. Work it out. That's why they don't want Ahmadinejad in, because he'll actually do something. The 70% of Iranians that are for the revolution, and the 30% that want to party and do coke and fuck in public parks. And look, Iran isn't perfect, but you know what? If the US out of 10, if the US is a 2, Iran is a 7. All right? And trying to explain to Iranians how corrupt the United States is, the pedophile. I mean, I tried to explain to them child sex rings, and they were like, huh? They were in shock. They couldn't take it in. And they said, a few people said, look, Brendon, don't. They can't deal with it. They're so out of their personal experience, they can't even comprehend it. A politician committing fraud, no problem. Stealing money, not a problem. They understand that. But for politicians to be running sex rings, for politicians to be dealing cocaine openly, Mena, Arkansas, for politicians to knock off 40 people, because that's the death count around the Clintons, and I told them about the Bushes. I was quite, even-handed in my scathing, and I was told, look, Brendon, it's too much for them. They can't take it in. They think America is pretty good. They have no idea. I told them about Australia. They can't take it in. So that's that lawyer. So now you're getting why I'm so pissed and frustrated. You saw what I left. You saw. Am I making this up? Am I? Is that what you think? Maybe. Just all made up. Well, you come out and make your claim that I make all this stuff up. Where is it? What the hell? Sorry, stuff. Am I imagining stuff moving around off my desktop? Where's my folder? Oh, I know where it is. Okay. Just I got too paranoid, Brendon. So there you go. You've seen what I left. Okay. This is the plush little apartment I would have been in, relaxing, a few coke parties. The guy was banging heaps of women, and I could hear him through the wall constantly, in Iran where no one has sex till they're married. Look at that laptop. It's about $2,000 to buy. Just said, yeah, you have it. Use it for your editing. Have a look. They gave me whatever I wanted. So don't let me crap and try and say, oh no, some bullshit story for them. All I had to do was shut up. Maybe I should have gone, yep. Yeah, you're right. What do you need? They had me suits. They bought me suits, everything. line him out for a job with Press TV. You know where I'd be now if I was still there playing the game? Imagine, I'm in Iran, I got a job with Press TV. I'll be in demand. I'm not ugly, trust me. I've had some pretty hot women in my life. All right, I'd be in shape. I'd be in the gym. We're organising to go to a gym, and in 20s I was pretty buff. And I'd probably have the pick of the crop. That's the life I'd be living. I'd have a nice apartment, and eventually they would supply me with my own apartment, and I'd be working with. Imagine that. Imagine what I had being offered to me. Can you imagine that? Can you? But I left that voluntarily. So there was something wrong. Partly that lawyer, and that lawyer, if he's not working for US intelligence, he's highly compromisable. His mentor is a Jewish Orthodox Jew, and he's hanging with Bill Clinton. There's photos of him with Bill Clinton. He's always going, oh, it's so progressive, Brendon, very progressive. And it's like, if I hear him say progressive one more time, I'm going to punch him in the fucking head. He was like a record, and he was always going, oh, the Gulf states are this, they're just creations of, British intelligence, whereas Persia has an ancient 4,000-year culture. And it just went on and on and on and on and on and on and on until I finally said, David, do you think this helps? Slagging off the Arab states all the time. Does it help? Pitting Arab states against Iran. At least Ahmadinejad went to the Arab states and said, we've got to have unity. He went to Egypt, he had shoes thrown at him. I thought I've got it all here. Anyway. So, okay, that's why I was going insane. I left all of that. A panda bear life. Would you want that? You bet you would. Would you like to here's your card, and you can get the equivalent of $80 a day out. That's a lot of money in Iran. That's the equivalent of about $300 Australian, more American. And it's cheap there. Food's half the price. And just do whatever, hang out, work with Press TV, check out the beautiful girls, being a panda bear. I had interesting things to say, so Iranian intelligence probably would have set me up with a hottie, get a bit of info out me because of the people I know. Do you think I'm stupid what I left? I know exactly what I left. It wasn't an easy choice. I hung in there for 2.5 months, getting isolated in Hansa, no one to talk to, couldn't do my work, the things I had obligations to people back in Perth. Now you understand, I hope, a little bit. Let's see what bullshit they can come up. And you've got to start asking people like Syria Girl and all these people, all right, I need to start being interviewed before I head back to Perth, so I get a little bit of protection. Anyone who's looking at me should be watching these videos, direct them to these videos, and they can make up their own minds. Don't listen to anyone. If anyone approaches you privately and starts, oh no, the real reason was this, tell them you're a fucking rat, give me their name and come and give me the allegation. And no one ever approaches me directly. I mean, they may approach directly and say, oh, you're an idiot, O'Connell, for working with Muslims or some crap like that. But they don't say, you're a liar. You did this. You did. They never do that directly because they can't fault me. I am a diplomat at heart, but when I just get, I'm just in shock. What's going on? I thought I was in paradise. This is the place where we fight the last man standing. They are so ignorant in Iran too. I'll give you an example. Colonel Hosseini at Passport Border Control Intelligence. Those guys have got a heavy job to do. They're all ex-army, ex-special forces. They've got to keep that border and all those friggin' ISIS arseholes out. All right, this guy's looking at me and he said, well, why did you come here? Translated, why did you come here? Why didn't you go to Germany? That's what he said, because Iranians love Germany. And what's more, they love Adolf Hitler too. Not because they don't believe he murdered anyone, all right? But they love Adolf Hitler and they love Germany. The Hajj to an Iranian is to go to Germany. That's how close they are with Germany. He actually said to me, why come here? Why not Germany? This is how totally disconnected they are. Where was the worst place I could go, ladies and gentlemen? Would be Germany. But he doesn't know that because he's actually out of touch completely with the outside world. He doesn't speak English. He's very much focused on the Arab states and keeping ISIS out and keeping the border. They're getting incursions all the time. They're busy people. But you see, he doesn't understand. Go to Germany? What, to be arrested at the airport? No thanks. He doesn't even get that. So there's a lot of stuff going on in Iran. There's a lot of problems, and I was hoping Ahmadinejad would be part of the solution, but they're not going to let him in. And I'm presuming Iran's going to get some lollies. The City of London's going to ring and say, look, boys, just relax. We'll get onto Netanyahu. They're going to, look, Netanyahu, how about you just take the Golan Heights, southern Lebanon, cleanse the Gaza Strip, just for now. How about that? All right, and leave Iran alone for a while. Okay, good. He rings back up, Rasvanjani. Okay, just keep Ahmadinejad out and the Barefoots out. Your Swiss bank account's full, and we'll have a nice meeting. Where do you want to meet? Somewhere nice? Hawaii? Maybe Kuala Lumpur. Where do you want to meet? Rasvanjani or Rahani or Zarif. They'll meet in a nice, like maybe Switzerland, do some skiing. Do you understand how it works? We're not part of that crew, man. They were trying to make me part of that crew. He said, Brendon, we're going to raise you up. That's what he said. He's very dramatic with his hands. We're going to raise you up, Brendon. You don't talk to those people. Don't respond to comments. People of your caliber don't respond to comments. That's what he said to me. I'm going, what? Maybe I'm just a working class, barefoot country boy from Nowangerup, Western Australia, the wheat belt. Nowangerup. G-N-O-W-A-N-G-E-R-U-P. Know your anger up. Know your anger is up. Nowangerup. Anything that ends in up is water. In Native Australian languages. So anyway, I hope I've given you some information. Anyone wants to refute it, bring it on. Bring it fucking on. Let's get this ready. I'm ready for action. I'm ready to hit Sydney.